Yo, and we are live. And Lucas just left. That son of a... Okay. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Anichat General Discussion. With me today, I had Lucas. I don't know where he went. He's like that one character who just disappears from the RPG party and never comes back. Kind of like Alex. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, yeah, I'm Alex, and I don't typically disappear from RPG parties without warning and then not show up the rest of the game.
And we have Kira.
Hello, I actually have a legitimate mic this time. Whoopity-doo.
Aren't you special?
And then we have Ruckus.
Did you just call me Ruckus?
Yeah, of course I called you Ruckus.
Is this Japan? Oh, are you Japanese, sir? Are you a weeaboo?
How about I call you Mucus instead, you jerk?
No. Was this kindergarten with your lame nicknames?
No, I literally am just changing the first letter of the name. So this is Anichat, guys. This is how you Anichat. You call someone with an R instead of an L, and they get offended, and they call you a weeaboo, and then you continue on about whether you should call them Mucus or not.
Well, to be fair, we're technically all weebs here.
I don't know about that. Speak for yourself. That was a joke. Anyone who was offended.
You sound like Mandarth from Dexter's Lab.
Please. This is an excellent start. So the topic we've been voted to discuss about is... Someone give me a drum roll, please. That was the... Okay. Don't break whatever you're drum rolling. We've been chosen to discuss what makes a series good when it comes to anime. The most complex subject that we could have talked about. Thank you, fans, for all voting for the crap that we actually have to think about.
Are we talking about, like...
Let's divide this up into major demographics, okay? Because if we say anime, anime is such a wide spectrum of things, right? So Kira suggested this, and it was vague in the suggestion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this up into the demographics that are like the largest, which are like shonen, seinen, shoujo, and then the one that is the older version of shoujo. Forgive me, Lord, for forgetting. But
wait. Are we talking about like what makes a good adaptation, or just what makes a good anime in general?
It's what makes a good series. You can include adaptations.
What makes a good series?
Because, okay, let me put it like this. The first adaptation of FMA is a poor adaptation of the manga, but an excellent series.
Okay.
Alright, so, anyone want to start off with the topic we actually have to think about, rather than just randomly talking about DBZ and everything?
I suppose we should probably start by just announcing, one of the demographics and then talk about, what makes that particular demographic good.
Let's start with the easiest one. Shonen. That should be relatively easy to talk about since there's just so much.
Okay.
Well, anyone want to say what they think makes a good shonen?
What makes a good shonen? Well, to be very broad on the topic, I think it's a subjective matter. The most objective thing I can say about it is what makes a good series just in general is basically it doing what it's intended to do. So if it's a comedy, it should make you laugh. And it could have serious and dramatic moments, but it should relatively be a comedy. Same if it was if it's just an action series, it can be goofy, but if you're intended for the story to be serious, there should be that many gags during the fight or fan service and stuff like that. Thinking about two series right now. But
So what I'm hearing is don't be Naruto Shippuden.
well, I was thinking about Fairy Tail and One Piece, but One Piece, One Piece doesn't go overboard with the gags during the fight, but sometimes it does have gags which can, like in the middle of the fight, which can limit the seriousness of the fight, in my opinion. And if you want people to take the story seriously, you shouldn't do that, in my opinion. But yeah, for a good shonen, um, I think. Well, are we talking about action shonen or just shonen in general?
The shonen in general. We said demographic because that would be splitting it up into genres, which would be slightly harder because then you get into the, well, is this genre better than this genre because it does this thing better because it does this, but they both have this because that has that, but that also has this because it's the square root of that, but it's also plus this. But okay, so yeah, I'm just saying it get really complicated.
Relatable. I would say, like, since shonens are basically targeted towards teen, they should have, of course, lots of teens that have relatable problems.
So having your entire clan killed off isn't a relatable problem. No, we love Naruto. Don't kill us, fans, please. Our one viewer that we have.
Or the characters should be relatable in one aspect or another. So something that you could go, hey, if I was living in that world, I would probably be that guy, like something like that.
Okay, so what you're saying is when Rukia tells Ichigo, "You're gonna kill monsters for a living," and Ichigo's like, "Ha, ha, 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 ha! You thought I was gonna kill monsters for a living." That was relatable because I honestly wouldn't want to fight giant monsters with a giant sword anyways. Like that was pretty good. So I'm just gonna condense what you're saying. So being relatable and sticking to what you intended to do always, in your opinion, is what makes a good shonen.
Not exactly, but I guess more or less. If we're talking about action series, then I think any action, like shonen that's serious, needs depth.
Needs depth or depth? Because it needs both. It needs both, actually. Because just having depth, you can still be shallow.
You can have a simple story though, like Dragon Ball. I'm not saying that Dragon Ball has no depth, but it's not the most in-depth series in the world, obviously. Oh.
Yes.
I think it needs depth because it just makes the story like more serious and it brings like a sense of danger, which you always need in action series. It makes you take it more seriously, like it's just more suspenseful and everything. Because if you have an action series and nobody ever dies, and it becomes a little more predictable and yeah, you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so basically, is what you're saying is every I'm kidding, long-running series, we love you. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Personally, it doesn't need too much depth, but yes, loss should be felt, because death doesn't necessarily have an impact depending on who dies.
Or if you're not going to have death, then have something that's a good kind of substitute, like one of your favorite characters, or just a character that's pretty cool and important gets crippled, or they lose their powers forever. Something along those lines.
Shout out to Mike Guy. Shout out to Dead Neji. Shout out to Spoilers. Shout out to Naruto.
I mean,
okay.
You could still have a good story about it, but I feel like that's one of the more important aspects because there are stories that I feel are good that don't have that much depth. Hitman Reborn, I don't think any depth when it comes to the main character, but
isn't the main character already dead though?
In Hitman Reborn?
Yeah, isn't he already dead? And that's why he shoots himself in the head for the bullet thingy.
Not really. I mean, he dies for like 2 seconds, and then he comes back reborn. But
Yeah, I was like, isn't that why it's called Reborn? Also, baby named Reborn. Spoilers for first episode, by the way.
uh, and then you have One Piece, which people don't really die in One Piece except for like Ace.
Rip
But
Ace for not coming back ever. I'm sorry.
Ace isn't coming back,
Like, yeah, for not coming back ever. Yeah, Ace is.
and I'm perfectly fine with that. Some people want him to come back.
Eh?
I think it make me take the story less seriously because there's no legit way you could bring him back unless
He ate the dead fruit like Brooke had or whatever.
unless somehow Brooks sacrifices himself to bring Ace back, which I think maybe is a possibility and it'd be kind of cool, but I don't see him coming back. If he does, I'm gonna call bullshit on it.
Brooks is cooler than Ace. Period.
Brooke is. I'd say Brooke is more fun.
Yes.
Sabo. I think Sabo's cooler than Ace.
I
That's
haven't
just
met
me.
Sabo yet. I haven't met Sabo yet. As far as I know, he's dead
He's-
because he was a little kid. I realize he came back, but as far as I'm concerned, he's dead.
Rip.
He's basically Ace with martial arts.
Spoilers for One Piece again.
Oh, if you don't know that Sabo's back, then you've been living under a rock. I'm sorry.
People don't even know One Piece is a thing. So, like, yeah. There are people who don't know stuff, and that's because they go out of their way to avoid things.
But yeah, that's just my thoughts on the shonen as a whole. I can't really think of anything
Okay,
like
so
specifically.
what I like to see is the main character actually have trials and actually struggle with them. I'm not going to call out any names. Chivalry! But
Would
if
you
you
want to see that for like every demographic though?
Okay, let me put it like this. There are some series that the main character can have no problems with his life, and it just works because of how the series works. There are certain shows that can get away with that. Other shows cannot.
I guess.
For example, Pharaoh. Do you know what Pharaoh's biggest problem is? He doesn't beat you in 3 turns. That is Pharaoh's biggest problem, because if he beat people in 3 turns, then he would have, like, no problem with the rest of the entire series. His biggest problem is he doesn't beat you fast enough. Like, ever. It's like, oh, yeah. But he can one-turn you, I'm pretty sure, if he actually applied himself, because Pharaoh, though.
But the whole point of Yu-Gi-Oh! Isn't necessarily for Yugi to become the best duelist, even though that's kind of a side. Like
Yu-Gi-Oh was
thing.
about the Pharaoh.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Was about the Pharaoh trying to discover who he was, so that was his child. Those were his like tribulations.
Yugi!
Him not knowing his past or whatever. That's him I'm talking
Yugi
about.
did jack diddly shit.
Yugi grew as a character, though.
Yes, he did.
He grew by doing nothing.
No, he grew from his experiences with Pharaoh. You know, sharing a body with someone is a very unique experience that I have no experience with, but I've seen it in anime, so I know about it.
Relatable protagonist.
Yugi was more relatable than Pharaoh, yes. Because Yugi, he doubted
Because you
himself.
could totally relate to a millennia-old Egyptian king, right?
Hey, man. You can.
That was a Tem. That was not Yugi.
Like,
That's what I said.
yeah, he was being sarcastic.
Oh, okay.
I could not relate to Joey because Joey was just so dumb. Like, yeah, I get that you suck at dueling, but good God, please,
With that deck,
Joey.
of course, you're gonna suck.
Yes, that is exact. Like, the fact that he had Yugi teach him how to make a deck and then teach him how to duel, and he still sucks, is beyond me.
No better than Tristan.
Little Wingard.
Tristan can't even duel.
Who's Tristan? He doesn't
Nobody cares about
exist.
Tristan.
As far as I'm concerned, Tristan and Taya are background characters. They don't have any lines. They don't have any relevance. Like,
They're there
honestly,
to
I don't know
invoke
what
the
you're talking
power of
about.
friendship.
Taya be coming out with them friendship features.
ugh. Like, you know what really irritated me about Tristan? He went for Joey's blind little sister. That pissed me off. Like, and since we're on Good Shonen, I hate that. Going for someone's blind little sister. Shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh! For doing that.
I think we're getting a little too off
Yeah,
subject here.
we're getting a little bit too on Yu-Gi-Oh! But yeah, no, I like to see trials and the main character struggle with them and not easily overcome them within 1 or 2 episodes. I do find, or like, okay, let's say, by the end of the volume, because like there's a problem that starts at the beginning of a volume, by the end of that said volume, the problem solved, no big deal. I dislike that because that's kind of taking away from it actually being a problem. At the speed of which some things are solved takes away from it being a problem in the first place.
One thing that that reminds me of is kind of Hunter x Hunter, because for any of you who watch Hunter x Hunter or read it, none of the problems to this day have been really solved, except for like the problem of one of the arcs specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the grand scheme of things, no character in the series has really solved any of their problems.
Well, Gone, maybe, in a way.
I
Has
mean,
he solved-
kind of, but not at the same. Like, Kurapika still has his problem. Killua still has his problems. Leirario is just something else, but
Hey, don't be
yeah.
knocking on my boy Diorio.
I can't really think of any other series off the top of my head.
One Piece.
What?
He already mentioned One Piece earlier.
Oh.
But One Piece, their problems all get solved in one arc.
Yes,
Oh, they aren't.
except for Zoro's, because Zoro is still not the best swordsman in the world.
That's
Doflamingo
true.
was just trying to get out of prison, or at least.
Well, okay,
Try
so
to
like
get
let's put it like
Nami
this: the
Nami
depths.
had
Okay,
the whole thing of Arlong,
Nami-
and that got solved in like one arc.
okay. So these
Yeah, but that
these
was
were
early
the,
One Piece.
okay. So like if we're gonna talk about early One Piece. I'm just gonna analyze everyone's problems because
I don't like
alright,
early One Piece.
I actually enjoy early One Piece.
like
Usopp's problem.
Better than what it became.
Ubisoft's problem was he couldn't bone a chick.
No, Usopp's problem was he wanted.
is that he's a little bitch.
Usopp's problem was that he was a pathological liar and that he wanted to be like his dad, but
He
was too
still
scared
lies.
to be like. Yes. Did I not say he's a pathological liar? Or did I say was? He is a pathological.
He grew as a character, though.
Yes, he did. The Water 7 arc, when they're telling him to throw away the Mary. Yeah, I think Usopp, like, I actually kind of liked Usopp there, but I was also kind of like, dude, you're being an idiot. At the same time,
Nobody
like-
liked Usopp in that.
You
arc.
mean like the best arc in One Piece? One of the best.
Water
arcs?
7,
Well, wait.
I didn't hate.
When you say Water 7, I count Water 7 and
CP9?
Sloppy as a like
Okay.
of the same thing. Because
I wasn't hating on the arc. I wasn't hating on the arc. I said, you're being an idiot, Usopp. But at
He
the
was
same
being an
time,
idiot.
I understood where he was coming from. Because, like, it's the girl he was in love with's ship that was given to them as a present so he could be like his dad. So, yeah, that ship would have a lot of importance to him, but he was still being an idiot. Like,
we're still on Shonen.
huh?
We're still on Shonen. We've been on
Yes.
Shonen for like 20 minutes.
Some people haven't even said their piece.
Yes, because we keep getting distracted by Yu-Gi-Oh! And One Piece, apparently.
Yeah,
So,
Kiyosuke. Let other people speak. God.
You spoke longer than me. So, Alex, Kira, Kellen, any of you want to pick up?
Sure, I would love to.
Okay.
I'm going to be super general for what I have to say about the shonen genre, but honestly, what I really look for in a good series is specifically direction in the writing, right? I have a very strong affinity to series that are more concise and well paced than to things that tend to sprawl on probably longer than they needed to. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that some of these series are bad, but it's just my particular affinity with the show.
So when you say that, are you trying to say that stories like One Piece and Naruto should have ended a long time ago? That some series drag on way too
what
long?
I'm saying is Naruto should have probably ended when Part 1 ended, and One Piece is bad.
We are not gonna get into the argument right now.
Okay, I disagree with both those things.
Just real
I
copy.
agree with the first. I highly disagree with the second.
Okay, if Naruto had ended at part 1 and then became a different series, and it was different, not focused exclusively on Naruto and Sasuke, I could see that potentially being
Kind
a
of like
sequel.
what they're doing now. Instead, better.
They'd still be. There'd be too many questions left unanswered though.
But if but they could resolve things significantly easier than the way they did it.
But
Well, that's because
wrap up that
Shippuden just
story.
had bad writing.
See what happens in the world, but that specific story is over. The story of the Fox Kid and the
Yeah, but the story wasn't over.
entire friggin' clan is killed.
No,
But you still, but you
what
still
Alex
have,
is.
unless
Alex
you
was
did like
saying-
a time skip, you still have like a massive time skip. You still have unanswered questions because we never know if
No, you're misunderstanding what Alex is saying. It's Naruto and Sasuke's story is over, but the world isn't. The world's story is not over.
So wait a minute, are you saying they should have ended it with Shippuden or what?
No.
No,
What
no,
he's
no.
trying to say is that
No,
they
I'm
should have
saying
focused
it
on
wouldn't
other
be
people.
a thing necessarily. You can take some of the ideas from Shippuden and applied them in different ways, but
Makes
Okay, so you're saying some of the
focus on
things that happen.
Sakura.
You're saying some of the things that happened in Shippuden should have been the part 1, right?
He's saying that they should have been they could have still happened, right? Because to answer the questions, but it shouldn't have been from Naruto and Sasuke's point of view, is what he's saying. It should have been their story should have ended, right? They still there.
Their story was just beginning at that point because Sasuke had just left.
But like that's like 300 episodes worth of story. I mean, like they had enough story told. Like,
yes,
their story could be resolved from someone else's perspective.
So what you're saying is take it up from somebody else's point of view.
Yes. Okay. I think, for example, Alex will agree with me. You know when Ichigo loses his powers at the end of the arc with Aizen.
And they have a whole arc just
No. What I was going to say was that would have been a perfect opportunity to switch to a new character to focus on in the Bleach universe.
Why not just end Bleach? That
You
seems
could
like
have
the
ended
perfect
Bleach.
time.
You could end Bleach, but I think Bleach would have been too popular at that point to end, sales-wise. As we know, sales does influence how long a story does go.
That's true.
Yeah, look at it now. What a good choice that was.
Hey man, all the long-running shonens have to end in this extremely long war arc where random characters die and then get resurrected as
That
zombies.
didn't start as a trend until like Naruto.
Naruto's
Yes.
the first one that did it.
Yes, but it's now a thing.
No, actually,
was-
Bleach did it first.
Well,
No,
Bleach
did it?
start. No, because the zombies thing I think happened after Bleach started their war. That's what he's saying. Like Naruto jumped on the zombies after Bleach had started killing off all the people. And were like, you know what? We should do the same thing at the same time.
But Naruto had its war set up before Bleach.
Yes, but I think what Kellen was saying was that Bleach jumped on it first.
Yeah,
Right.
but I'm pretty sure Naruto had the idea first because they said they were gonna have
Yes.
a war as the 5 Kages of the arc.
Yes, yes.
Bleach,
I'm not saying that it wasn't going to happen. I'm just saying that Bleach went, hey, you know what sounds pretty good right now? A war. And they just did it. Whereas Naruto's like, you know what sounds good in about 10 years? A war. Let's do it then.
One
and
Piece. One Piece. just suddenly came out of nowhere. I was like, this could be a final war in like 20 years.
You mean 30?
Dragon
'Cause-
Ball.
Oh dear,
Dragon
we
Ball
haven't
Z or whatever.
We should let Kira and Kellen have their say before we start anything.
Yeah,
Like,
my point was pretty well debated, so.
okay,
Yeah.
so Kira, Kellen, who wants to jump in first? The water's all warm and filled with salt.
Is there bubbles?
You can put bubbles.
Alright, good.
We lost another viewer. The moment you asked,
Oh,
is it
man.
bubbly?
I love my family. So wait, what's the topic?
Okay, we're discussing what makes a series good, shonen version.
Ooh. Okay. What makes a shonen good? Friendship,
Super-
power-ups, and speeches.
Obviously. 405 friendships ago, we came here and sucked. But by the end of this arc, we defeated our main villain.
Goals.
Well, actually, let's talk about that for a second. Do you guys
dear.
think that the whole idea of friendship should be just taken out completely, or it could work
It could work
As
if it's
large-
done properly.
as long as
It,
it's not
it
overdone?
can work, but it shouldn't work to the extent that some series try to push it.
It shouldn't work when you
The
one-shot a
idea
god.
the idea of, my dedication and, to my allies and, the bond that we've created, gives me strength. The idea is fine, but it's overused as shit. Holy crap.
It
Right?
is.
Like, you can only go so far with, this is the bond I have created. I can, I can defeat Grima with, the bond with my companions.
Like, let me give an
Okay.
example. Can I give an example from Chivalry? Spoilers for Chivalry. There's a fight where the main character gets shot in the leg, the arms, the shoulders, the chest, his other leg, and several muscles with wooden arrows, and has bled out like 9 pints of blood. And his girlfriend goes, "You're my number one. Don't lose. You
I gotta
can't
get
lose."
laid.
And he says, "Yes, I'm sorry. I've been going about this wrong." And without even actually hitting his opponent, he wins that fight. Even though his opponent is invisible and in a forest and shooting arrows and running around and talking trash, gets terrified, and then gets cut on the nose and then surrenders. Because girlfriend. Even though he should be dead from blood loss, but that's none of my business, right?
Death
None
from
of my
bloodlust
business.
and anime.
we
When
don't
does
use
that
logic
happen?
when it comes to anime.
Really?
But anyway, no.
People can get smashed against walls and trees and their backs are just fine.
Yes, but like, I don't think you can function with that much blood out of your body. And that series tried to stress that, oh yeah, if he goes without eating or drinking or sleeping for long periods of time, he'll suffer from fatigue. But losing most of his blood, no, that's K. No, he's fine. It's all good. All of it is good. All the things are fine.
I mean, in my opinion, it's okay from the perspective of, like, you can have that as motivation, and then somehow pull out a victory if you are at a near, like, if you're fighting with someone whose level you're near, you can have that extra motivation to help you win, because that in certain circumstances that can actually happen, not to the extent of anime obviously, but sometimes the driving factor will help you do better
Or you
when
can
it comes
just-
to something. But when
or you can just-
it's like you're fighting someone who is like 10 times more powerful, and you have that kind of friendship boost, I don't think that should happen. Because take a look at Dragon Ball Z.
You should just instant transmission and then Kamehameha their face off. Because that's what
Goku
happens in
did
the
that to Cell and that didn't
Yes,
work very
that's
well.
what.
Take a look at Dragon Ball Z. Though Goku cares about his friends. Goku has gotten mad.
Yes, but
It gotten stronger based off his friends,
But
but
like, if you at least
Goku never won based off friendship.
yes.
Most
Except
of
for
the
Frieza when he
most
turned
of the
Super
time-
Saiyan because he killed Krillin.
No, because Super Saiyan is based off rage, since the Saiyan race is just like Hulk the race incarnate, but like with weremonkey powers. So like, he essentially just got pissed and was like, "Oh, I'm pure
Because
of
he
heart."
killed Frieza.
Because
He killed Krillin.
Yes, because Krillin was his best friend. Like, I mean, it's so.
No, but that actually makes
Yes,
sense.
because like they comment that you have to be pure of heart, and that like you have to have a warrior's heart, and then also be filled with rage. And having your best friend killed right in front of you, that could piss you off, just a bit.
It's not just that. It's basically Saiyans just get stronger with their enraged anyway.
Most things are do get some sort of physical boost when enraged because adrenaline. Like
But
just like it's a thing that happens in real
But-
life.
but anyway, when you look at most of the fights in DBC, nobody's going, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you because I have to protect my friends." If Krillin was to say that shit, he gets smacked all over the fucking place.
Remember when Gohan's like, "I don't want to fight you, Cell," and Cell's like, "Fight me, mate. I will kill your friends." And Gohan's like, "You're gonna kill who?" And then he just wrecks Cell's life, and Cell's like, "Aw, crap."
No. Even when Cell.
No, I wasn't saying that. No, I wasn't saying that as like a diss. I'm saying that was pretty great. When Gohan's just like done with Cell's BS.
No, but even when that happened, Cell was still wrecking Gohan until he killed Android 16, and when he realized that was his fault, that's when he got mad.
I miss when Gohan was cool.
I miss Android 16. He liked birds. With Android 16.
Android 16 was a real G.
Like,
But we've been talking for a long time. We need to let Kira talk.
yeah. Hey, Kira. Don't make me hit
I
on
think
you.
she's dead.
Kira, please. She's actually just writing names down in the death note. There we go. There's a response. Kira, what do you like in shonen? What do you think makes it good? You came up with this topic.
Down response. I'm just gonna send it because I don't feel like talking.
Okay, I'll say it for Kira.
Boom.
Oh, okay. Okay, from Kira.
That last part did not mean to copy. The no matter how amazing.
Okay.
Yep.
For me, I prefer reading shonen with plots that have enough drama and suspense to keep me reading to the next chapter. Watching till the next episode, but not so dark that I become depressed or scared by what I'm reading. Due to the times I watch shonen as a relief, my bad, grief, darker tones, I'm getting wrecked. From the usual darker genres that I tend to lead toward. But plot isn't the only thing that's important. There's got to be good three-dimensional characters that are flexible and realistic in some sense of their personality and their reactions. When it comes to shonen, I prefer strong-minded or confident main characters. It gets kind of tiring. The MC spends most of the series doubting himself. The MC can have moments of doubt. He has to because... Hey. Don't hate on Kurosaki-kun. Kurosaki-kun is life. Okay, let's see. Where did I leave off? The MC can have moments of doubt. He has to because he's only human, but his self-confidence will always win out in the end. Hey man, Saiyan race is a prideful race. I don't have any use for weak Saiyans, blows up Nappa.
Goku is never depressed.
But his self-confidence will always win out in the end, low points and high points. Rip Goku, because his self-confidence ended up with him dead and Cell fighting his son.
Hey, he sacrificed himself.
Yes, because he was so confident in Gohan without telling Gohan, yo,
Remember how Vegeta was always confident and he gets wrecked every single fight?
Remember how Vegeta totally destroyed Goku, Krillin, and Gohan at the beginning? And then he just becomes trash later in the series because he can't do anything that Goku can do because Goku is Goku.
Apparently now he can't even lift a robot.
Apparently now Vegeta can get beat up by an assassin who's purple and stops time.
Apparently now super shit.
It's funny. It's funny because Goku. I mean, Vegeta has never actually lost to Goku, but he still has an inferior complex to him.
Yeah. So Kira, I actually agree with some of your points. But oftentimes the arrogance and confidence in a main character does get sometimes irritating in my case. But I liked your opinion, so I won't burn you on a stake.
Fucking Black Star.
Black Star is literally Naruto 2.75.
Black Star is cool though.
I hate
Black-
this little smug motherfucker.
He,
Honestly, Black Star at the beginning of the series was like, bro, did you literally read the first volume of Naruto and decide to base your entire personality off of the first volume of Naruto?
he grows a lot as a character. I actually prefer him more than Death the Kid.
I like Death the
Kill
Kid because
yourself.
Death the Kid is he's like stable as a character. Like if you compare him to Maka and Black Star, who are all over the place with how they deal with things, I think he's like a good anchor for the two, because you know how Black Star dropped into his depression, and it took Death the Kid kicking the crap out of him to realize what he was doing.
Well, the only reason why that happened was because Black Star was such a fucking cocky asshole. He thought he could fuck with Death the Kid with his hands in his pocket.
Yes, and then Death the Kid kicks the crap out of him just to prove that he doesn't need his hands to KO Black Star. I almost called Black Star Death Star, but they do the same thing, like nuking tons of crap, getting wrecked repeatedly, then nuking crap again.
My memory of the manga solely is hazy because I read it a long time ago.
Also, it's trippy too, so like I don't blame you. We should also move on to like seinen or shoujo next.
But I don't remember Black Star ever like growing as a character. I think it's relatively the same that he.
No,
You know,
but he does get over his self-doubt problems and his overconfidence. But he still has the overconfidence. He just had a higher level at some points.
Alright.
But yeah, he probably needed to change a little more, but that's why I kind of like Death the Kid, because Death the Kid was, again, more stable.
So we're going to seinen.
Yeah, with seinen or shoujo, depends on what everyone wants to do.
I don't think
I'm
lots of.
sorry, I'm a filthy casual. What's a shoujo?
Shoujo is the female equivalent of shonen. So like, think for
Sailor
example,
Moon.
yeah, but
Yeah.
don't think magical girls are exclusively like shoujo, because magical girls are like all four major gender demographics.
Well, shoujo is most shoujo. I think if not all shoujo are romantic. Actually, one of the things that shoujo tries to do, they try to throw in romance in most series.
But you could apply that for most shonen too, because a lot of them do try to have a slight romance aspect. Slight, not all, but some have a slight romance aspect themselves.
The only reason why romance really goes down in shonen is it's so the character could have some kind of excuse to have a kid.
Rip Gohan.
Like, when you look at Dragon Ball Z, there is no romantic aspect between like Goku and Chi-Chi, other than Chi-Chi has a crush on him.
Chi-Chi makes food for Goku. Goku has sex with her. It's an equal trade. I mean, like, it sounds pretty fair to me. Food for sex, yeah.
I don't watch a lot of shoujo, so.
Okay, well, I've watched quite a few shoujo. Alex, do you have anything to say?
Makes a good shoujo, huh?
A strong female lead.
Does Wings count?
Does what?
Okay.
Did you just bring up Winx Club? Get out.
That never happened.
Alex, go, please.
Alright, strong female lead, I disagree. Your main character does not have to be a strong individual, right? Your main character can be extremely insecure, not able to do a whole lot of anything, and it can still be a good series. I mean...
Yes.
Are you referring to Boku no Hero?
What? He hasn't seen my... No, he hasn't seen that.
No. Let's see. Yeah, Eden of the East is a shoujo. I'll go there. One of my personal favorites is Eden of the East, right? And let's see. It's different than a lot of things in the genre, but it still does kind of have that romance aspect, even though you know, your male and female lead don't wind up getting together. Spoilers for Eden of East. Let's see.
Shout out to spoilers.
Yeah. Huh. I guess what a shoujo really needs to, you know, sort of benefit from it is
I can go if you need time to think.
well,
I think we
whereas
should.
I said
I think
for
we should go to
shonen
seinen.
to have specific writing direction, I would say that for a shoujo, you kind of need you need a stronger focus on character interactions,
Yeah, I agree with that.
like
Yeah.
sort of a more complicated web than is required in a shonen, I guess.
Do you have any more to add, or
That's really what I have for primary thoughts.
okay? Well, honestly, I really like in shoujo, and I think what usually makes me enjoy them is like the coming of age story for the main girl. Like, usually they start out ignorant, and then something happens to them, and they kind of realize that, you know, my world is way smaller than the actual world is, and they kind of feel helpless, and then they learn how to actually, you know, do things for themselves. Example, Yona of the Dawn. Shut up to anyone who calls it reverse harem. That is shoujo. I will stab you.
Yona of the Dawn.
Yeah, I like Yona of the Dawn. So
I
it's
saw
okay.
like the first episode.
It's
and, like,
literally the heroic legend of Arslan female edition.
It's good, but I will say the first episode was boring as shit until like the end.
Suwon is best boy. Anyways, like I was saying, I do like the coming of age stories in shoujo a little bit more than I would in shonen, mainly because I don't know, shonen coming of age stories seem to all be the same. But I don't know. I maybe just haven't read enough of those. But I just like them just coming to terms with, you know, maybe what I'm doing isn't the best I can be doing, and they better themselves, and they grow throughout the series because of what happened to them to make them realize that. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Kira, do you have any typed up thoughts for me to read off, like a storytelling time?
Nope.
Okay.
I think we should go to seinen now.
Ooh, seinen. Oh, by the way, Rip and Kellen, he left. He went to go wank to One Piece. I am sorry for any of our. I am sorry for all of our viewers.
I was just too savage to One Piece. All right.
I guess I'll start out with the seinen. So number one thing that seinen needs to have, in my opinion,
Is tits? I mean, likable main characters.
Well, actually, I'm thinking about mostly action-based seinens, because I know not everything is action-based, but most of the stuff I read is action-based. So, I would say just deep things, and things should be explored in a realistic sense, because shonen has a tendency to kind of be too idealistic, where you have a main character that's like, oh, I'm gonna change the world and make everything peaceful. We're all gonna live in this happy dream world. Where, as opposed to saying, mostly it's like, no, the world is fucked up. It's going to stay fucked up. I'm just gonna do what I have to do for my own benefit or for the benefit of the people I care about. So,
You know what you were when you said that, it kind of reminded me how Zatch wants to be king of the demon realm, but then make it peaceful. Shout out to Zatch Bell. But yeah, I get where you're coming from.
it's fine that shonen does that. There's nothing wrong with that, because shonen is supposed to be, most shonen are supposed to be lighthearted. They're supposed to make you feel good and like you could do anything. But when seinens are supposed to be for adults, they're supposed to be more mature, so they're supposed to be more realistic in that sense. Main characters should be more realistic with their actions too. They should just A seinen doesn't have to be dark either, but because when people think seinen, they mostly think like dark stuff. A
Hmm.
seinen doesn't really have to be dark.
For
It
example, Welcome
yeah
to the NHK. Like, that's a seinen that's not exactly dark, but not exactly light either. It addresses
yeah
social issues.
it it has to address this. It has to go deeper into the social issues than the shonen way. Because shonen issues really just touch upon certain things, and then they resolve the problem in like a way that it probably would get resolved if it was the real world.
I'm gonna eat fire and punch you in the goddamn face. So, got anything else to add, Lucas, before we jump to the next person?
The character should be three-dimensional. I mean, it's shown it.
So what you're saying is you want CGI exclusively in seinen.
No, you get what I mean.
I know. I'm messing with you.
I'm
By the way, we lost our
showing
last viewer.
showing characters. There are a lot of them that are simple and they have follow a certain archetype. That's fine, but seeing should be there's a deeper level of writing when it comes to that demographic because it's for adults. So there should be more expected from it than the shonen.
Mm-hmm. So, was that your last thought?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I'll hop in. Sort of the thing that I think you really have to nail with a seinen is, uh, I don't want to say grit, but like the grit.
I don't want to say that, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Like, sort of the whole purpose of the seinen genre is to sort of, bring to light that, the world doesn't necessarily feel good. I mean, things happen, people get hurt, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, a thing that I think you need in a seinen that a shonen doesn't do is um, sort of specific types of character interactions. You need sort of you need a lot of characters to be ignorant about what other characters are doing.
So, like, Darker Than Black, Hey is Chinese Electric Backman, but as far as anyone else is concerned, he's a Chinese exchange student.
Yes. Basically, you need like a level of misdirection in your writing direction for a seinen in order to make it sort of truly fit the genre like a glove, I guess. Because basically, you need that level of intricacy that sort of adds a film of realism to whatever world you're portraying. Whether it's just a standard modern setting or something a little more fantastical. You need to have that almost. You need to add the nothing is perfect feel to it, I guess.
Yeah, I gotcha. What I like is constantly seeing, well, not constantly, but seeing the main character saying, will I abandon my ideals for what I'm about to do? Like, if it's for the greater good or if it's for his own gain, depending on the situation, him being put with choices that really make him question and make him think and make the audience think, will he do it? Or will he, stay clean and down his holy path of whatever he's trying to accomplish? Like, and in seinen, I would say loss, not death, but loss is a very, 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 very important aspect.
Okay.
Because without loss, it doesn't feel like anything. Usually without loss, it doesn't feel like anything was gained because it just stays the same. Because you usually gain something from a loss, or you just entirely lose things. But you've gained knowledge on how to handle that next time, or you've gained like a new perspective on things. Usually, if basically what I said, I like a main character who, believes in his ideals, but has to understand when he needs to drop them for the situation to go through and work.
Okay.
Because if he doesn't, things will happen that may not necessarily be delightful.
I agree with that.
So, Kira, do you have anything you'd like to add? Oh yeah, might I add, Kira is actually a sloth god, so at random times she will revert to her sloth form and be unable to speak.
Characters need to be hot.
Same.
So,
Oh man. So, I just recently was looking at Josei, which was the name that escaped me of the seinen equivalent for shoujo, right? And I just looked down the list of things that I needed to that I was watching, and I'm like, oh, like 3 things on here are Josei. Rip me, because I thought they were shoujo. Whoops. So yeah, Huckhead and 8 Dogs of the East is Josei. I guess I should have guessed, considering
Just
all
say
the.
Joestar.
Please, no. This is not the work of an enemy stand. So what I was going to say was, yeah, does anyone actually besides me have that you guys watched Josei? Probably Alex, but
If I have, I'm not aware of it.
Same.
Okay.
I'm probably in the same boat. I mean, I wind up watching a lot of weird stuff, but I just watch it for the sake of watching it, honestly.
Okay, if we're done with the whole what makes a good anime thing, can I ask a question to all of you?
Shoot.
There are a lot of people who I know personally who either like a character based solely on the art, based solely on the design of that character, like how that character looks. Is that okay? Should we judge characters based on how is it okay to judge characters based on their design alone, or should everyone look deeper into a character's complexity when they're trying to enjoy like an anime or a manga or whatever?
Matthew kind of looks like Isaac, his dad, like exactly the same way. Don't you agree, Alex?
Yeah. I would agree with this statement. But that was done primarily for like marketing perspective. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
totally.
saying?
Yeah, I like Amidi's design over like Reef's, definitely.
Well, yeah. MD, they took a lot of. They were a lot more ambitious with the design of MD. Making him Alex's kid. Shout out to
Yeah.
Alex.
Yes. Shout out to Golden Sun.
Yeah, shout out to Golden. Specifically, a lot of the Dark Dawn designs are actually.
Nobody's answering the
Going
question.
to Lucas's topic that he brought up here. I mean, basically, the first 2 members of the cast that you show into basically just being clones of their parents is interesting, right? Then.
Because there are people who are like, oh, I'm just gonna throw out a random name here, but oh, Ichigo's super hot. I like him. Like girls. Well, maybe some guys could take that too.
Let me put it like this.
For me, when I look at characters, sure, like the design of characters is nice, but I actually like to see like what exactly is going to occur, what exactly is going to be seen from their perspective, etc.
So, just to rehash my my statement, is it okay to like characters solely based on their design.
I
Yes.
mean, people do
Yes.
that with celebrities all the time, so yeah.
All right.
Okay, so my opinion on that. Sometimes looking at an ugly AF character can be a total turnoff to the character in general, even if they're actually quite interesting.
Well, when
Looking
you
at
when you
but
say ugly, do you mean characters that are intentionally designed poorly, like
okay, let me put it
some
like
characters
this.
in One Piece where they just look goofy on purpose?
That's just for comedic sake, and you can't fault them for being
Ugly.
comedy props. I was actually saying comedy props, but ugly as I didn't want to diss people's entire art styles, but there are some art styles that make characters look like they came out of the bottom of a dumpster. Which
Seven
can
Deadly kind of like that for me.
in just entire art styles can turn off people because of the initial mindset that puts you in. Because keep in mind, whatever you hear or see before you watch something, it will be in the back of your head. And even if you don't want to admit it, it will be there. Like
Because
it will influence you.
I brought this topic up because there are people who like Sting from Fairy Tail, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is mostly regarding girls. But when I ask, because I think Sting is a horrible character, when I ask people, why do you like Sting? The majority of them will say, "Oh, he's hot," and then leave it at that. And for me, that's kind of annoying.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. So are they claiming he's the best character, or are they saying they like him because he's hot? Because if they like him because he's hot, that is totally fine, regardless of what their tastes are. If they're into scaly blonde dudes, that's their thing. I mean, can you blame them? Like, just because they have a dragon reptile fetish means nothing. I mean, like,
can I blame people for liking characters solely because they're hot? I mean, I kind of can.
coming from minus 10 points, no boobs, no hips.
I don't judge my characters based on that.
I know, but I'm just messing with you.
But anyway, it just kind of, for me, it kind of ignores the writing of that character. Like, if you like a whole series, let's say there's just a whole series based on Free, for example.
Free? I'm actually planning on watching Free.
Free is just fan service for girls.
No, it actually has a story later.
Oh yeah, it does have a story, but
like, I get what you're saying.
What I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's man service, yes.
Yes, man service. There are girls who would say, "Oh, Free is better than Naruto or stuff like that," because there are a lot of hot guys, and that when you judge things like that, it just blows my mind. Like, you can like a character. You can.
That's
like
probably
a
not all
character.
those things. That's probably not the only thing those girls blow. But continue.
You can like a character's design, but you have to. I feel like you have to accept if that character is bad or good, not to say, "Oh, he's good because he's hot." Like.
Okay, so all right, so not to cut off, but this is like kind of connected to what you're saying. There's another podcast where they were discussing Dojin, and they said they've literally read Dojin, and then they stopped the Dojin, watched the anime so they can finish reading the Dojin for it to make sense. I think that's hilarious. Just to stay on the being attractive, so they do something for it, you know? Like, but to go back, continue. I just had to add that. Shout out to Podtaku.
So yeah, when a character is he's either a good character or a bad character based on his actions, and I think you should know, or you should have some kind of opinion based on the characters, based on what the character does in the series, regardless of whether you find that character attractive or not. It's the same thing in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
you can think a person is attractive, but if they're a fucking douchebag, then they're a fucking douchebag, and you shouldn't like them because they're a fucking douchebag. So that's just how I
Yeah.
feel it.
Some people like that kind of jerkiness, though.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but
Yeah, but to go
let's
back
just
on
talk about how
basing,
good the character is in general.
yes, but for example, I'm not saying that everyone is okay. So I'm going to give Tokyo Ravens. I was attracted to that series because of the art designs. Now, did I exclusively stay there because of the art designs? No, because I was actually somewhat interested in what was going on. But the art designs did play a big role for me enjoying the characters. Because, all right, do you know what Ping Pong the animation is?
No,
Okay, I'm going to have to get an image of it for you guys to even understand.
there's
All
nothing.
right.
I've seen.
There's
images
nothing wrong with
from it.
with a design or an
Yeah.
art style boosting your interest or your enjoyment of that series. I'm just saying that shouldn't be a sole factor of why that series is good to you. For example, Fairy Tail I think actually has really good art sometimes, and it's constantly consistent. Where you have things like Magi or even sometimes Hunter x Hunter, which have good stories, but sometimes their art can be shit. So, but like I don't like Fairy Tail just because the characters look cool. Because most of the characters do look cool, and yeah,
Click the
that doesn't make it a good series. Obviously, we've read about Fairy Tail before, but
Lucas, click the link.
I've actually seen Ping Pong.
Yeah. The story's pretty good from what I understand. It's just
oh my god,
It's alright.
yeah, Lucas is like, oh my god, that was perfect. That is why I had to bring that up. That is what will turn people off before they even give the series a try. Do you understand, Lucas? Do you understand?
but there's a difference between being
I know. There's a difference between giving a series a chance because of how it looks, and then judging a character because of how they look. Yes, that's extremely.
not even just that. I mean, there's a difference between something being poorly drawn and then you not liking a character because he has green short hair. Like, you get what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I know, but I just had to give that example.
I've actually seen that before.
Yeah, I know
never
about
watching the series.
it. Rip Ping Pong. Shout out to Ping Pong. I'm sorry for the hate on your art. Don't kill us. So yeah, no. I've actually never met someone who said, "Oh, I like them exclusively because they're hot." I've only met people who say that as a joke. Actually,
For me, it's mostly like the female fan base. Most of the time, I've never seen a guy who's done that.
the closest I got to that was, I was talking to my friend Nicole. Shout out to Nicole. Love you, Nicole. She was talking to me about Bleach, and we were talking about Uryu and Ichigo's new designs, and she's like, "I'm sorry, Kyosuke, but Uryu's design is too sexy for me to get angry at him right now." And I'm just like, I was never angry at Uryu because I like Uryu. And then she's like, okay, I thought it would weird you out by saying that, and I was like, no, you can like whoever you want.
Okay,
That's the closest I've ever been to get that.
One small thing about Uryu that I just wanted to touch upon. I don't like him because, in my opinion, he's done nothing to actually accomplish his goal.
His goal being he wants to beat Soul Reapers? I mean, he kind of nuked Mayuri in the chest pretty badly.
No, he hates on Soul Reapers, but he always works with Soul Reapers.
No,
until,
he doesn't hate Super. No. This is Uryu's opinions. He hates Soul Reapers because they were the cause of his grandfather's death. As far as he's concerned, he's resolved that problem after the Soul Society arc. He overcame the reason his grandfather died. He did not hate the Soul Reapers because his race was killed. So
No, because no. After that arc, when they're flying back to Karakura Town and all the characters are jumping
yes,
out.
he says we'll be rivals next time we meet.
No,
yes.
He says, you're a Soul Reaper, I'm Quincy. That means we're enemies.
Yeah.
So he still has resentment, maybe not towards Ichigo, but to the other Soul Reapers.
Yes, but the only other Soul Reaper besides Ichigo he's really, really worked with was Renji, and Renji is essentially Redhead Ichigo. But not to insult Ichigo. Renji is essentially trashed here, Redhead Ichigo. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Sorry,
Renji
Renji.
seems like he should have been like the main rival of the series, but he just sucks.
Renji and Uryu are Huh? What'd you say?
I feel bad for Renji. Jesus.
Yeah. Renji and Uryu are both rivals, quote unquote, of Ichigo. And but I just find watching Uryu's fight so much more entertaining than Renji's, because Renji's like, Ikotsu Taiho, Bankai, and it doesn't work, and then someone has to come help out Renji because Renji's an idiot. Whereas Uryu is like, hey Yami, do you know why it took me so long to get up here? It's because I slowly destroyed all the pillars of the 100 floors up here, and then nukes Yami, and Yami falls for 100 floors. And without even, really fighting Yami, he beats him. I just think that's cool. I like how Uryu handles his battles compared to, Renji as a rival. Because Uryu actually thinks. Whereas Chad, Ichigo, and Renji really like to punch and slash things first. Not saying that Ichigo and Chad are, nearly as dumb as Renji is sometimes, but they do the same thing.
Well, no, Chad just sucks.
Leave Chad alone. Chad is a normal human who became a Fullbringer, but that was just them explaining his powers, which I don't mind because retconning is nice sometimes. But at least Chad actually beat Narankar, right? He beat his Narankar, and he's a human. He deserves some applause for that.
Every time Chad just gets raped by everyone.
Okay, Chad beat that one Spanish guy, Ronkar, and then he fought an Espada, and the Espada's like, oh, yeah, you are all bike, bark. Beats him. He's beaten a third seat. He's at least seated member level. He's just not that good. Rip being a human and not a death god. I'm sorry.
Well, humans, Fullbringers are kind of strong, though.
Yes. Yes, there are
Soul Reapers easily.
Yes, but captains usually do just stomp them in the end anyways. Because captains are OP. Quincy's enhance themselves far better than Fullbringers do, but Fullbringers have cooler powers. Quincy powers can be cooler in some cases, but Quincy's are really confusing.
I like the whole Quincy aspect, how they're supposed to be all holy and stuff, wearing white all the time.
Yeah, they're monks.
Yet they're always looked at as villainous or bad despite their holy appearance.
Well, yeah, when you kill a Hollow as a Quincy, you kind of destroy the balance of the entire universe of souls. So yeah, you're kind of doing something bad. But
and how the Soul Reapers, they're all dressed in black and they're all supposed to represent death and everything, and they're seen as the good guys throughout the entire series. So
that's a lie. That's a lie because at the beginning of the series, the main villains are freaking all Soul Reapers. All of them. All of them are Soul Reapers. They only the Soul Reapers aren't really good or evil. Their job is to protect the living and cleanse the dead. That's their job. Just because they're psycho, crazy, maniac, illusion-using Shinigami running around doesn't mean that they're necessarily good guys. For example, Kenpachi only cares about fighting.
That's fair enough.
Good people would be Orihime and Chad because they're far more good than Ichigo is. They're far more, because Chad has devotion to Ichigo, Orihime has devotion to Ichigo. Uryu does whatever he wants, but he usually ends up helping Ichigo. Ichigo usually gets dragged into situations because his friends are in danger. Ichigo doesn't care so much about the fate of the world, more the fate of the people he actually cares about. Urahara only cares about whether his shot's going to stand up and not get completely destroyed, and like a couple of his friends. But yeah, no, Soul Reapers I wouldn't say are necessarily good, but they are held in like a like the protagonist's side of light. But yeah, being a protagonist doesn't necessarily mean you're good.
That's true. Light is a protagonist, and he's evil, so.
Yeah, but also dealing with death gods. It's just it's funny. Rip me. Whereas I don't know. Now I'm just thinking of Itachi for some reason.
Okay, Kellen just came here, so let me ask him. Kellen.
Hey.
Do you think a character should be liked solely based on their design?
What do you mean?
Do you think it's okay for people to like a character regardless if they're shitty or not, based on if they're hot?
I'd say that's shallow as fuck.
But do you think it's fine?
I think if you can come up with good reasons as to why you like that character, sure.
No, I'm talking about the sole reason of
you mean the sole reason is because they look hot?
Yeah.
Okay, then fuck you.
Hey man, people are allowed to be shallow.
Said no one.
They are.
You're allowed to be shallow. Doesn't mean you suck any less.
I'll give that to you. But, I mean, if you just go around judging people because they suck, well...
It's a free country.
You'll have a bad time in life.
What if someone's from Canada?
Canada's pretty free to me.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've never been to Canada, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I have Canadian friends.
I have Canadian friends too.
Same.
But no, I don't think your sole purpose for liking the characters because they're hot.
He just likes them because they're in one. He just likes them because they're in One Piece.
I think Ursa is sexy as hell, but I don't like a character
anymore.
Ooh. Just had to add in the anymore.
She used to be.
Erza wasn't a bad character at the start of the series.
Yeah, she was fine. I still liked Gray more than her, though.
You're just a massive Gray fanboy.
I can list like 20 different characters I like more than him in other series, but he's the only character in Fairy Tail I like. Jalal's okay. Me liking a person doesn't mean like I hate the rest of them. I just hate Natsu. And Natsu. Did I say I hate Natsu? Because I kind of hate Natsu.
Everybody hates Natsu.
Except for Jason. Boys that are having... Because he loves to wank Natsu.
Natsu was fine to me until, like...
Later
on. Because the only... He was just basically another badass anime protagonist. Shonen protagonist.
Natsu was fine until he turned into a faggot.
You mean he wasn't from the get-go?
No.
Because he kind of was.
In the beginning, it made sense for Natsu to be so badass. And I said,
yeah, because he was a famous wizard already, so people already knew about him, and he was strong from the start. So that doesn't mean he should wreck every single character he faces because there are characters. He kind of did.
No.
Yeah, he did. At the beginning, he pretty much wrecked everyone. Aragorn, who was the leader of a dark guild.
He fought Gajeel to a draw.
Gajeel cheated at the beginning, though, and Natsu was tired.
Also,
like if you remember that fight, it was Gajeel had the advantage because he hadn't been fighting. Natsu had been fighting. Gajeel
He got wrecked by the owl in the Tower of Heaven.
It's funny because that makes no sense when he just goes on to beat Jalal, who's like 10 times stronger.
Also, and then Gray struggles with that owl, but totally wrecks him with the Seven Blades dance. And then Natsu's like, no, make that owl guy wake up so I can beat the crap out of him, so I don't have to say Gray saved my life. Like, that was cool and all, but then Natsu's just like, hey, Jalal. And Jalal's like, what? I'm going to beat you. Jalal's like, no, you're not. And then Jalal loses.
When Jalal is a wizard saint, he is on the level of Jura. It's hard to say if Laxus was at wizard saint level at that time, but you can assume so. So he's at the level of Laxus and the level of Jura. Yet Natsu wins despite being weaker than all three of those people.
He had Dragon Force, so he got chicken. Before that, he was getting his ass wrecked.
Yeah, but it's just an ass pull.
It is, because Jalal was destroying him the entire fight. Like, it was not until towards the end.
He was going to lose anyway.
Jalal?
No, Natsu was going to lose anyway. The only reason, like, he technically won was because of something. Or is it?
He won because Jalal had that wound that Erisa gave him.
Yeah.
Because
Natsu was going to get wrecked anyway.
Jalal was gonna use a biz break. We would have wrecked everyone's life. If you remember what a biz break was.
Rip main villains in the beginning of Fairy Tail.
But Jalal was actually a good villain, and he has.
I was surprised that they made him good again with amnesia. I was like, oh, okay.
No, he technically became good before then.
He was technically manipulated.
Because
Yes.
when the tower blows up, when the tower blows up, Erza says that Jalal sacrifices himself so they can get off the tower.
The hashtag didn't sacrifice himself at all.
Hashtag nobody dies in Fairy Tail unless you're Hades.
With Hades? Because his name is actually just a place of death.
I'm still gonna say that Ignio's gonna show up out of Natsu's ass soon.
And Natsu's gonna be like, I don't remember eating you.
Plus, Jalal just gains his memory back anyway, and then he regrets like everything he fucking does. Which I think is good because he reflects on his actions rather than, oh, I was just a dick back then.
Well, he
but
was
I'm good now.
manipulated, but details.
Well, yeah. I mean, some people were saying he was controlled. He wasn't controlled.
He was
like
influenced.
Sasuke with the curse mark thing.
He was
influenced. He wasn't controlled. He was influenced by something.
Yeah.
He had the curse mark. Man of one power.
He doesn't use that I thing anymore.
We're not allowed to bring up plot points in Shonen, because then it will just get into who can fire the bigger cannon through the bigger plot hole. Because that's what it always ends up being. You're like, yeah, why didn't he do this? And we get into like a 30-hour argument about why they didn't do that.
No, but anyway, I mean, there have been equally bad stuff in Naruto. So
I never said there wasn't.
You think Naruto is worse than Fairy Tail?
I don't agree with that.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, I was about to say, that like this is still live, so you still might get pitchforks in the chest.
After 6 episodes of this, I don't care anymore.
I don't care anymore. You cared in the beginning? Really?
Not really.
Ironic.
Naruto still fucking sucks. Fuck all of you.
Okay. I'm just gonna sit here enjoying part. Okay, so I watched the last. Oh my god, that sucked.
The whole movie is a genjutsu.
That whole movie didn't happen. You know what happened? Is Naruto read Twilight and then, saw Krillin use Destructo Disc, and that is the entire movie.
But Naruhina fans will say it's the best movie ever.
Yes.
I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's the best movie.
Honestly, okay, you can say that it's not completely and entirely trash. You can say that it's okay. But if you're not a Naruto Hinata fanboy or fangirl, that movie is like putting your arm through a cheese grater repeatedly.
What about the Boruto movie?
I haven't seen it yet, so
I haven't seen it yet, but it can't be as bad as the last. 'Cause it
yeah,
actually has
yeah, it can't be. If it is, I'm going to cry.
It's enjoyable. At least when it comes to action scenes, it's pretty enjoyable.
I believe it.
I don't like
you know,
that Boruto is getting the fucking John Cena treatment.
you can't see me.
Anime movies. Let's go.
Broly,
onto-
fuck all of you. Broly's the best movie ever.
I actually, I haven't seen any of the Broly movies.
The
I've
first one
only-
is the only one you should watch.
Yeah, I learned about Broly one day because I was on like Google Plus, and then I joined the DBZ community for like a day to comment on a post, and then there was just like almost pure Broly, and I was like, who is this broccoli character? And my friend introduced me to him.
Okay, the first Broly movie, really good actually. Broly himself is a stupid character.
Didn't he hate him because Goku did something to him in childhood? It's like
No,
that.
he
that-
hates Goku.
He
because
hates Goku.
cried
Goku cried,
when they were
and
babies.
that made Broly cry. So now he hates him.
Kakarot!
Also because he was stabbed by King Vegeta and then his planet blew up. But they only focus on Goku crying.
Well,
But that's the reason he hates Goku. But
He's
So-
also supposed to be the legendary Super Saiyan, apparently.
yes, with limitless power, and that's why Vegeta is scared of him.
the first movie is really good. Suspense wise and action wise. Broly is a beast in that movie. The Broly 2 and like the second and third movie about Broly are both shit. So
They're not good. Don't watch them.
I believe it. So, you know how much of the Broly story I know is the extra missions in DB Xenoverse? Because, like, you have to fight Broly with Gohan because Goku is dead. So which movie is that one?
That's the second one.
Well, yeah, I know that part. And then, so that DB Xenoverse set of missions is literally Bardock versus Broly, the movie. Because Bardock has been thrown out of time and into the same time Broly has. So you have to help Bardock fight Broly.
I remember when Dragon Ball Z games actually followed the story.
Well, no, that DB Xenoverse is literally everything going wrong because there's a bunch of people time traveling and screwing everything up to try to kill
I
these
miss
Z fighters.
Budokai Tenkaichi.
I don't like the fact that Dragon Ball Z games follow the story because they've done it so much. It's kind of a bore now.
Dude, I don't care. You don't play Dragon Ball Z games for the story. You play to fight the Dragon Ball Z characters.
Then why
No,
are you
you-
complaining about the story?
Then why are you complaining about Xenoverse? Xenoverse's entire point is to play as your own character.
But yeah, but you can do that in Ultimate Tenkaichi.
No, but
also
the carries about
ass cheeks. Plus the customization sucks.
like also you can learn from any of the from most of the teachers you want. Rip Yamcha and Tien in DLC.
I don't want to learn from fucking Yamcha.
You can't unless you download DLC.
Who would learn from Yamcha?
Who would download
He sucks.
DLC for Yamcha?
No, you get it.
Unless you're really just a big fan of the Wolfing Fist.
Like no, you don't understand. You get it with the GT pack for story mode.
Oh my god.
You get okay. So these are the 3 DLCs for Xenoverse: Revival of Frieza, GT Part 1, GT Part 2. The masters for Revival of Frieza are Jacko the Space Cop and Kami. Kami teaches you unlock potential.
Shouldn't
You can do,
Kami
like-
be in the very beginning?
No,
Damn it.
I don't think he's a playable character.
I don't want to get this game.
he's not a playable character. But okay, so in the GT DLC Pack 2, you can learn from Pan, and then GT.
You know, Budokai Ultimate Tenkaichi 3 had customizations too.
Okay, and then in GT Pack 1, you can learn from Yamcha and Tien because you want Tri-Beam and Wolfang
No.
Fist. Duh.
No, Ultimate Tenkaichi, you could only be a Saiyan, and you can only change the hair color. There's like 3 hairstyles, and you can only change the hair color and the clothes. And
Honestly,
the only
Okay.
clothes is Goku's gi and or the Saiyan armor.
in Xenoverse, it has really good character customization. And honestly,
Yes, kind of.
well, okay, like
I
at
think
least
it could be better, but
it could be better, but there was so much stuff that they were doing that I'm not
Legacy of
surprised.
Goku 2 is the best game. And
Sorry.
of story.
Bad.
Okay. Back to Xenoverse. I actually like the customization. It was pretty good. I wish you could do a little bit more. I also wish that Golden Frieza was a form, and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan was a form, and Super Saiyan 3 was a form. Because they're forms.
They don't even have Super Saiyan 3.
No, it's only available for Goku and Gotenks.
That's gay.
I'm
And Raging
expecting.
Blast Vegeta could do it.
I'm
What were you-
expecting. Or I would like to see a One Piece MMO because I think an MMO for One Piece can actually work.
Maybe, but like Devil Fruit powers though, like that's what my thing would be. Like, because one person only has one power, and they only can keep it because they got the fruit first, and you only can get that power if they die and you take.
You
the
can
fruit
kill
next.
them and get the power.
Yes,
Well, no, because One Piece there is a plot where they're cloning devil fruits or creating artificial devil fruits.
Kaido
So
has like 500
you
Devil
can-
Fruit army,
you
doesn't he?
You can make the whole devil fruit mechanic based off that plot alone.
I see. I
Yeah,
still
but
would
they're
even
all
use.
Zoan.
True,
That-
but it's a video game, so you don't really have to count like the story. You don't really have to follow the story all that much.
I would kind of like a Bleach game similar to Xenoverse, but like different slightly because like let me put it like this: each race has its own different story, and masters you can train under. Like
I think
Quincy.
if Bleach had better world building, that could work.
I think the powers is for a Soul Reapers at least. I think it's kind of hard to do.
If they let you choose
No.
how you died. Sure.
Okay, so what I was saying was, like each one has a set of masters, and like for each race. And let me finish because Soul Reapers have Keto and other physical techniques that they can teach you. Keep in mind, they have like entire schools
That's
and
true, but
hundreds of worth of crap. Whereas Fullbringers, you can just make contracts with people and you can get stuff from them. Quincy's, you can learn different techniques because almost everything comes from bows. So like you can learn a ton of stuff from them. Arankars,
Where would
that's a
this
little
game
hard to.
take place, though?
Literally, it can be its own exclusive story.
no. What I was gonna say is that when it comes to the Zanpakuto, because every Soul Reaper, I think
Yes.
every main Soul Reaper has a Zanpakuto. How would that work? Unless whatever master you train under, you just get their Zanpakuto.
No. Let me explain. So you ever play Kingdom Hearts?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts, where you have to answer questions and then choose what type of thing you would choose to defend yourself,
Yeah.
and then that changes what your Keyblade does for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It'd be like that.
I guess.
You
But how
literally
would you
answer.
decide like the spirit type or the element or what it does?
No, it would be based on your answers to the questions.
Okay,
Like,
so
if
you
you-
only have a select number. of
It'll be like
Zanpakutos.
one of those personality quiz.
Yeah, kind
What
of.
is your element? I like to.
But
how
then
would-
you
how
get
would
like
you
two
defend-
people
how would-
having the same Zanpakuto eventually.
What would you say your favorite color is? Red. Okay, you got fire now.
You actually get ice because you answered red, and Bleach just likes to be a dick to you. So no, yeah, but you see,
It'd be similar like
There-
that,
there's-
except the questions aren't that stupid. But
yeah, but Kellen, you said eventually you'd have the same Zanpakuto. Well, in non-canon, you can have the same Zanpakuto. So yeah, it's totally fine.
If you're going to if you're going through what's it called? If you're basing
Non-canon.
the game on the second Bleach movie, the Diamond Dust Rebellion, then it
First
is
of all, that
possible.
was an incident where one of them had to die.
No, because they both could wield it. It's just that if they were to decide who gets the ultimate form of Hyorimaru, they'd have to fight each other.
Exactly.
So
Yes,
if you're,
but like,
if you're going
if-
by that canon, the movie canon, I guess, then you can make it work that way, I guess.
So you just have to meet up with the other player and kill him.
No. Well, actually, PvP would probably work like that. You're like, I want to totally destroy your face because I just want to. This is PvP. That's what you do.
DC
But-
Universe Alive.
that's not-
You do
that's
understand this is a story about you, right? As far as the story is concerned, there is no other person with your Zanpakuto.
I mean, I guess it could work. I guess it could be
Yeah,
fun.
it's not really an MMO. It's just like a Xeno type game because in an MMO the story is
The story,
about everyone.
yes. And that's why you form parties.
That's why when you get like DC Universe or whatever during the winter, it's all like Christmas colors and stuff because you're not the main focal point of the story. The whole story is like just the world in general.
Yes. So,
Speaking of that, I would like to have my own Marvel MMO, like DC Universe.
I think that Marvel or DC should make a game similar to Infamous.
That would be cool.
Like, because
I could see a Spider-Man game working like Infamous. Because you know how Infamous games are like called like really acrobatic and stuff.
Yes.
He's like climbing and stuff.
Isn't
So
that Arkham?
I could see a Spider-Man game.
all right. So, Alex, what were you saying?
I'm just voicing favorable opinion towards the thing that was proposed.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it from DC or Marvel. Either one, whichever gets on it first. Shout out to DC and Marvel.
I think Marvel has better superheroes for it though. I mean, you can still make it work. But I think Spider-Man would be a really good fit for that playstyle. And then you could have like the similar things with Infamous. You know how like you could get experience points to upgrade your powers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Isn't that the Arkham games?
the Arkham
there was-
games
there-
is
there's an-
basically Assassin's Creed in modern time.
Funny thing is, like in a way, Assassin's Creed is similar to Infamous in some of the stuff you do.
Yeah, I could see that.
However, I had way more fun with Infamous.
Um,
True.
yeah, but going back to my Marvel thing, I think Marvel should have an MMO like similar to DC Universe. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what that is.
Yeah, DC Universe is pretty fun. If you just
Except when all the heroes gang up at one base. Sucks.
please don't talk about PvP and freaking DC Universe.
Anyway, I like a Marvel version because I feel like they have like DC has like kind of the generic powers like oh you get fire, ice or whatever. Where
Hashtag like 12 mutants have fire powers.
if they made like a Marvel version, I feel like you could get better powers because you could give someone like an Iron Man suit or have someone have spider powers or stuff like that. I feel like the powers would be more
That
creative.
feel when Lex Luthor has suits, and you can go under him and get suits in DC Universe online.
Yeah, but the suit isn't the focus. You can't really. The suit isn't your power, so.
Iron Man has no powers.
But exactly, but if there's a Marvel MMO, I feel like one of the options for the powers could be an Iron Man suit.
It
Or
would
what
literally
is-
just be
I
like
want adamantium.
ripping rare metals then, because you ain't getting that.
You have to go like Wakanda for that.
Yeah, and then prepare to get destroyed by Black Panther.
That could be a cool mission, though. Honestly.
Sneaking into Wakanda to get adamantium for your suit.
Yeah, and then fighting.
I wouldn't want
fuck
to
it.
fight.
I want Thor's
Black
hammer.
Panther.
I wouldn't want to fight like freaking Black Panther. Are you insane? He throws adamantium darts that are like enchanted with magic. Heck no.
Has anybody
sounds-
actually seen the new Civil War yet? I don't want
No.
to be spoiled.
It's not even out in like the States yet.
You can't watch it until May 6th.
Yeah, like I said, it's not even out in the States yet.
Because I have a Marvel community and some people have seen it.
Oh
That-
yeah, because that's around the world. It's different times.
Well, not
Borders. Just kidding. I'm not racist.
just not just that, but they had a red carpet release where they showed different companies the movie like IGN. That's why those companies have reviews on it.
Yeah.
So like
yeah.
if you got into the red carpet release somehow, then you've seen the movie before everyone else.
So you can brag and be a little jerk about it. Because that's all that.
I heard just shit on Batman v Superman though. I
Yeah,
heard shit on Batman v Superman though.
maybe, but Batman and Superman already had its turn, so it doesn't matter anyways. Because all that matters was that the sales went well, and the fact that they didn't get released at the same time means that the sales did go well. Like, it's not like one overshadowed the other, so it doesn't really matter at this point.
In rating, it does. Kind
Full
of.
Ragnarok. No, because
Please.
Iron Man 3 got a crap rating.
Iron Man 3 sucked, though.
I liked Iron Man 3 though.
Rick and
Iron Man-
Morty.
It was better than 2.
They gave Tony like a deeper character, so I
Yes,
appreciate that.
but they made his villain so sucky until the main villain gets revealed. And then it's still like, eh.
Yes. They fucked the Mandarin over. Like, seriously.
It's because
Yeah.
Iron Man can't have a good villain in a movie, apparently.
Hey, the
Yeah.
first guy was alright.
I remember
Alright.
when I was watching it. When I was watching Anichat, and it was like, using good Marvel villains before, and then they're going through the list of all the cinematic Marvel villains. And they're like, no, I guess it's just Loki still.
That is so true, though, because Marvel refuses to handle their villains properly, which is something that kind of like frustrates me, because I want to see someone get wrecked by a villain.
It's still better than Lex Luthor in the Batman v Superman.
I like Zod, though.
That one's okay.
Like, at least Zod did something.
Once they put Thanos into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I mean, like once he actually does start doing stuff, he'll probably be a really good villain.
They need to get the rights to X-Men back.
I want Doom. I want a good Doom. Why can't I have a good Doom?
Because Doom is such a complex character, actors have hard times pulling him off. Also, scriptwriters have hard times writing him in a way that people want to see him. Because keep in mind, Doom's like almost undefeated and one of the most conniving and powerful villains in the Marvel universe.
Doom is too good for the Fantastic Four.
Probably because he is a Marvel universe villain, not just a Fantastic Four villain at this point, at least.
Yeah, Doom starts out as a Fantastic Four villain, and he screws over the Fantastic Four a lot. But there's been times where he's fucked over the entire universe, or at least the Earth.
Yeah, you don't mess with Doom. It's just-
That's why you have Ultimate Alliance, which is basically about Doom.
hmm
Even though Doom, when you take a look at his powers,
All he has
and
going
what he is,
all he has going for him is his magic.
he has alchemy.
Yes, like I said, all he has going for him is his magic. He used magic to steal the Beyonder's powers back in like the 70s/80s. I have that comic.
Yeah, they took a look at what he is. Magneto could probably beat him, technically.
Magneto is a pretty legit villain, but I heard they nerfed him recently.
In the comics, or
Comics. In the movies, he is nerfed, but at least it's enjoyable with how
He
OP
could
he is.
still like fucking destroy bridges at will. So
Yeah, but like, okay.
at one point in the comics, he was able to steal your electrons from you.
Yeah. Who has read Age of Apocalypse, the comics? Besides me.
Age of Apocalypse. I haven't read that many stories from X-Men except for the Dark. Was it the Dark Phoenix Saga? The Phoenix Saga.
So I'm guessing I'm the only one who's okay. I can't say
Yeah.
anything then. I can't say anything. Crap. Okay, that sucks.
The
Alright.
3-day weekend of Ultron.
Yes, the 3-day weekend of Ultron was like that. That was the thing.
Ultron was an entertaining villain though.
Yes, he was, but he needed a second movie for himself. Like if it had ended with him still being, in power, it wouldn't have been the 3-day vacation of Ultron.
Because Ultron in the comics is actually a devastating villain.
Yes. He takes over the world, and they can't stop him, so they have to go back in time and then dismantle him before he's even built. And then, yeah,
He's nearly as strong as Thanos without the Infinity Gauntlet. And actually, there's this one comic where after they defeat Thanos, um, they take off the Infinity Gauntlet from him. Actually, no, I don't think it's a comic. I think it's a plot from a cartoon episode.
mm,
But after they defeat Thanos, they take off the Infinity Gauntlet from him, and it's like a robot. I forgot which robot, but it's a robot that Iron Man creates. And he takes the Infinity Gauntlet, and Tony's like, "Here, put this somewhere where nobody's gonna find it, like where it could be safe or whatever."
Tony, please.
And then it turns out to be Ultron, and Ultron says, "Now I have infinite power," and he absorbs the Infinity Gems into his body.
Ripping Ultron.
So he basically just stole Thanos' shit.
Yeah, I believe it. I still think, honestly, Brainiac, in my opinion, is cooler because he just goes around okay, so he split himself into like multiple fleets. He literally just goes around, sneaks into whatever the highest form of technology is, and then just destroys the planet after he takes all the information. He's done this multiple times.
He did it in Convergence, didn't he?
He's not as devastating as Ultron is.
He could be.
He can be though. That's the thing.
But
Like,
he never is though.
Yeah, but he actually
just brought back the multiverse like a few months ago.
I mean, unless
Yeah,
you're counting DC Universe, which he's like the main antagonist of.
Brainiac is the main antagonist of a lot of things. He's the main antagonist of Future's End. Because Brother Eye is revealed in Future. In like the first volume, it's revealed that Brother Eye and like Brainiac became one or something like that, along the lines of that. And then he literally he solos that universe. And like the Green Lantern Corps have become all zombie robots, and he kills off everyone except for Terry McGinnis, who has to go back in time to stop it.
Terry McGinnis. We massively just cut off from all anime, so I think it's time to.
Yeah, it is time to end it. It is. And this has been Anichat, guys. With me today, I had Lucas.
Hi,
Lucas.
I'm Lucas. This is the end of Anytime. Make sure to come back next episode where we probably talk about anime. I don't know. It depends if we're not lazy. So.
And we also had Kira. The silence
Boo.
means she cares. She cares. It's obviously in her silence. It's portrayed. We had Kellen.
Fuck Sami Zayn.
We had Alex.
I sexually identify as all the world's evil.
That's pretty hot, actually. And I am Kyosuke. Next
Wait,
time.
I haven't bashed anyone's favorite anime yet.
Your waifu was trash, Kellen.
Oh.
I don't care if you
Sword
love.
Art Online sucks.
Actually, I have a video to show you, Lucas. After that, just mentioning Sword Art Online. All right. Next week we will discuss which lollies will win in a battle for our debate and broadcast.